พี่ได้กดไปที่ YouTube ครับแล้วก็ไปที่ช่องของคุณนะครับพี่ได้เจอนั่นแหละครับพี่ได้เปิดภาพใหญ่นะครับเป็นภาพเต็มจอครับแล้วก็เปิดเสียงด้วยนะครับเดี๋ยวผมลองเสียงก่อนนะพี่ได้แล้วหนึ่งนะทดสอบมาไหมครับพี่เล็กทดสอบ1 2 3ทดสอบ1 2 3ทดสอบ1 2 3บ้าครับอันนี้เสียงจากไวเลสครับโอเคครับ
like okay, but there must be some reason. What do you think? The most important reason is if you see long cross-section, you can observe the size of each muscle fiber, right? Big one, small one. But if you cut the it may look very thin, but this is because maybe not each of muscle fiber is small. So it means that even if it looks thin, it
พี่ได้ลงมายังครับ
doesn't really directly
โอเคพี่เขาจะเริ่มแล้วนี่เลย
So it means
โอ
that
เคครับ
that precisely evaluates muscle fiber. This is very important because muscle fiber size evaluation is probably the most basic and most important evaluation. So if you look at the molecular section, it means that you don't have the most important. So it's like the more without. For this, when you fix muscles, direction is very important. And it's not like any direction. You always have to care about the direction of the muscle. So muscles, when we take like column-shaped muscle, when we biopsy, okay, so it's working like this, and the muscle runs this way. Of course, this is too big, but this will have this side. And this has to be perpendicularly like this. Okay? Then you will experience later. We will make section, actually like the something outside like this. This is still too big, but and this will be placed on the metal material. Then this will be loose like this. And then you will lose knife. And this will be loose knife. And then you will make cross section.
Regions are distributed in a patchy pattern. Here, this one, and this one. And if your sample is very, very small like this, of course you cannot make a diagnosis, right? So basically, the larger the size is the probability that you can make a diagnosis will be bigger, right? So basically, we want big muscle, right? But of course, you can't take the whole muscle, right? Of course, it's impossible. So of course, there is some limitation. So we always say that in adult patient, please take pencil size, pencil, right? This is a little bit bigger than usual pencil. Our pencil, probably the size of the pencil is the same in all Asian countries, I believe. But in Japan, I measure the diameter. Usually, our traditional pencil has a hexagonal shape. And the diameter, longest diameter is 8 millimeter. So like 8 millimeter, the 8 millimeter to 1 centimeter. So this is the image. And the length may be 1 centimeter or a little bit longer. So this is in adults. But of course, sometimes we have to do muscle biopsy from like a really newborn child. And usually, of course, newborn baby is very small. Their muscle is small. And usually, those with muscle disease are even smaller. And of course, if you take the pencil size, sometimes this is the whole biceps brachii muscle. Of course, you shouldn't do that. Of course, you should make it smaller. But so it means that you have to make it smaller. But still, the concept is the larger, the better. This is the basic concept. And best size is pencil size. Okay? And sometimes maybe you do muscle biopsy from a patient suspected to have metabolic myopathy. In that condition, of course, sometimes you can make a diagnosis by muscle pathology, but often you need biochemical analysis using piece of muscle, right? In that case, maybe this is not enough. So when we suspect metabolic myopathy, we do muscle biopsy from legs, okay? Then we take maybe 2 or 3 pieces of pencil size muscle, okay? So depending on the disease you are dealing with, sometimes you need more samples, okay? Again, but basically the size you want in adult patients is pencil, okay? All right, so this is almost like pencil size, a little bit flat, but almost like pencil size, right? So I will make it stand. But when after muscle biopsy, I'm not sure if you yourself will do muscle biopsy, but if you do muscle biopsy, please be careful. This gauze is very important. Have to be wet. Otherwise, sample will be dried. But this should not be too wet. This is also very important. If this is too wet, muscle will absorb water. And when you make a section, you will see a lot of holes in the muscle fibers. This is artifact. They are artifacts. Okay? So of course, with artifacts, it's going to be very difficult to make precise diagnosis. So this has to be, wet to a certain appropriate level. So we always say that. So you have gauze like this on top of your palm, and usually we use saline. The water, normal water is also fine. And you squeeze it, okay? You have to squeeze the gauze. And until water stops dropping, you gauze it, okay? You squeeze it. Then you can put the sample, okay? Squeeze. This is very important, squeeze. Okay, so this is really very good, not too wet, okay? So then you bring sample to any place to fix, you will fix the sample, okay? So now you have piece of cork. Actually, originally we use actually the cork for the tube top. You know that we use the glass tube, right, for experiment. And you sometimes use the top to seal it, right? This cork is originally made for that, and there are various sizes. And we cut it into 4, okay? That we made this by ourselves. Then you have gum tragacanth powder. This is not very expensive. If you buy it, probably you can use it for all of your life, probably. Okay? And we mix this with water. This is distilled water, but tap water or whatever is okay. Even tea is okay. Any water is fine. So, and you will mix this like this. Yeah? Oh, you have chair, yeah. Okay. Let me sit. So you just mix it. Or some people ask me, well, how hard it should be. Well, whatever is okay. Whatever is okay. Probably gum trigger count itself doesn't mean anything. Water actually holds the muscle. Water. But if you just pour water, water will be gone, right? So you need something to make the water, to keep the water in this shape. For this reason, we use gum trigger. Probably anything is okay, but we traditionally use gum trigger counts. And of course, if you add more water, it will be softer. But again, the soft or hard, it doesn't matter that much. Okay, so yeah, I skip it, but actually you are supposed to write the patient number or name, identity. In this case, today, maybe you should write your name, right? So I will write down my name. Yes. Okay, then you put the some gum trigger counts on top of the piece of cork. Another question I'm often asked is how much gum should they put? Actually, what we want is a naked muscle. Naked muscle is the best. But again, we want direction is very important, right? We want cross-sectional image. For this reason, we have to make it stand onto the piece of the cork. That's why we use gum trigger count, right? So gum trigger count is not make the sample very into it, just to make the sample stand. This is the purpose, right? But actually what we want is a naked one, nakedly frozen muscle. This is the best. So it means that this should be minimized, right? As little as possible. But of course, if it is too small in amount, of course it will fall off, right? So you need certain amount, but shouldn't be too much. So some people actually who don't know much about the muscle pathology will actually put the sample deep into the gum. This is completely wrong. This is partly because when you fix the muscle, I will demonstrate it to you later, we use isopentane and liquid nitrogen. We want to use the temperature as low as possible and as quickly as possible. But if you put the sample into the gum, and if you are surrounded by the gum, of course, the sample will not be cooled very well, right? It will be like a shield, right? So that's why you have to be naked. The muscle have to be naked. Then it will be cooled better, right? Okay, so you put like this, and some people, this is not so important, but some people make a hole like this from the beginning in the center. It doesn't matter, either it's okay, okay? Right. Then, you have mature sample, either is okay. And you have to confirm the direction, okay? So the muscle fibers run this direction, okay? So you have to make it stand like that. And you have to check which way is better. Maybe this way is better, so I will make it. By the way, we will not show the EM you have. Okay, sorry. I have to show you EM first. So actually, I believe most of you are from the major institute in your country, right? In that case, I really suggest you make a sample for EM, electron microscopy as well. To do this, we use this type of slide glass, and usually you have this type of area. This is a little bit coarse, okay? Using this area, actually, we remove small amount of muscle, electron microscopy, like this, along the direction of muscle fibers. And we put it here. I believe this muscle is chicken or something. I believe, no? No, this beef. This beef, okay. Yeah, this is a little bit harder than human. So if you have fresh human muscle, this will be a little bit softer. And you can a little bit extend it. Because after muscle biopsy, muscle are shrink like this. So not really hard. You don't have to really hard, but place it and a little bit, you pull a little bit and touch it like this. And the size of EM samples should be, the diameter should be less than 1 millimeter. This is because the grid we use for electron microscopy can handle up to 1 millimeter. So bigger than 1 millimeter doesn't mean anything. So just 1 millimeter. This is the biggest size. And also, we usually, for electron microscopy, we want to observe the sarcomeric pattern. For this, usually we want to look at longitudinal. We want to see longitudinal image. For this, you cut along the muscle fiber direction and you place it like this. And here, you already have, okay. So this is water.
It's supposed to be.
Yeah. Yes. Believe that this is glutaraldehyde. Actually water, but this is glutaraldehyde. We usually use 2.5% glutaraldehyde diluted into the buffer, okay, and phosphate buffer, and you put it like this, and maybe you can leave it 1.5 hours to 3 hours, something like this. Shouldn't be too long. Maybe it can be up to 6 hours, but shouldn't be like 1 day, 2 days. Will be too hard. Basically up to 6 hours. But if you leave it like this, it may fall down, like, right? So actually after a few minutes, and of course you will pinch the other side, right? And this pinched side should be put into the bottom. Because if you pinch something, you will make artifact. This should be at the bottom, okay? Then be like this. Right. Then maybe I can put the bottom better. Yeah, like this, right? Straight. Can you see it? Yes. Right. So it's ready already, okay? Then, of course, if you have 2 samples, of course you can do 2 times. But just for demonstration, I will fix this one, okay? So for fixation, this is actually there are 2 methods, so that's why you have 2 samples. Okay, then I have to make the other one as well. I see. Okay, right. Yeah, it's okay. For a short time, it's okay. And so I will make another one because I need to demonstrate 2 times. So the same story, if you pinch, then it should be at the bottom, okay? Like this, then it should be, you should confirm that it stands perpendicularly, right? if it is like this, of course, you will not see the cross-sectional image, diagonal image. Okay, now you have 2. I forgot I put my name, so I am. Okay. Then if it takes some time, we don't want the sample will be dried, right? If it takes some time, you can put the sample like this and do this. Then it will prevent, drying, right? Okay, now, yeah, you have this one. Okay. So this is so we need. I will show first. I will demonstrate isopentane liquid nitrogen method. There are 2 methods: isopentane liquid nitrogen method and acetone dry ice method. Liquid nitrogen and isopentane method is highly recommended. This is much better. This one only when this is not available. Okay. I will tell you the reason. So when we use liquid nitrogen, actually we will pour isopentane, okay, or 2-methylbutane. They're the same. We will pour into the beaker, and we will cool this isopentane by liquid nitrogen, okay? And we will cool it maximum. I mean, we will cool isopentane as low as possible. The lowest temperature is called freezing point, right? After this will be solidified. If it is water, it is 0 degrees, right? For isopentane, freezing point is minus 160 degrees. Liquid nitrogen is minus 190 degrees. So because this is cooler than this freezing point, it can reach minus 160. So it means that with this method, we freeze the sample at minus 160 degrees. Remember this one. Okay, how about acetone and dry ice? With this method, we will pour acetone into the beaker, and we will cool down acetone by dry ice. The temperature of dry ice is minus 79, or more precisely, minus 79.5, but minus 79, okay? Freezing point of acetone, I forgot, minus 90 or something, okay? So it means that, of course, acetone cannot go, temperature of acetone cannot go down beyond the temperature of dry ice, right? Minus 79. So the lowest temperature that acetone can reach with this method is minus 79, okay? This method, we use minus 160, which is cooler, of course, this one. But for you, anyway, both are very cold, right? You feel like that, probably. Oh, minus 80, this is minus 80, right? And this is minus 160. Both are very cold, right? Of course, if you put your finger, you will have a lot of problem. But, yes, and this is a really extraordinary, cold situation. But imagine, if you are at minus 80, this is still you have 80 degrees difference, right? Imagine that the temperature 80 degrees higher than your body temperature is 100, more than 100, right? 100, 10 something, right? Almost like 120. If you put your finger, you will have a lot of problem, right? So difference, temperature difference, like 80 degrees is a big difference. Just because both temperature are very unusual for us, we may feel that they are all both cold and very cold, but actually they are very different. 80 degrees is a big difference, And so this is much better. So in your institute, I believe you are from major institute, I strongly recommend using this one. This is much better. Okay, I will show you. So this one, so okay. So you pour isopentane like almost like a half or 60% like this. Yes. And he's going to put it into the liquid nitrogen, and we will wait. And in the beginning, you see a lot of smoke coming out, right? While smoke is coming out, it means it's not ready. Smoke comes out when the temperature is going down. Once, you know, that the isopentane reached the freezing point, the smoke will not come. So you see a lot of smoke is coming out, still not ready. But I think you better stir from time to time so that everything will be equally cooling down, being cooled down. Okay? And in the meanwhile, you have to be very sure that you have dry ice already. Because after fixing muscle, you immediately have to put your sample onto the dry ice. You have to be very sure about this. Okay, so prepare dry ice next to it beforehand. Okay, now look at this, almost no smoke, right? Okay, come and look at this one. I will take it out. Can you see the ice at the bottom of the beaker? Everybody see it? This is very important. It means that part of isopentane is now crystallized. The ice. It's like a mixture of water and ice. If you have mixture of water and ice, water is always 0 degree. So this is the same idea, minus 160 degree. We are sure that it already reached minus 160 freezing point. Now it's time, ready. Okay, so we will fix the sample. So at the last moment, you have to make sure that this is really straight, a little bit like this. And of course, you have to pinch the cork. Don't pinch the muscle, okay? Right? Then it's ready, right? And you have to open and make it ready, and you will shake like this. It's very important to shake it like this. You can hear the sound, right? Do you know why we have to shake it? Why?
Make sure the muscle is exposed to the low temperature.
Yes, exactly. Because the temperature of muscle is maybe, let's say, like 20 degrees or, right? This is minus 160. It means that the difference is 180 degrees difference, right? So, of course, immediately after you put the sample, the isopentane surrounding the sample will be warmed, right? And it's gonna, the sample will not be going to be cooled very well. That's why you have to really stir, mix it like this. And we usually do it for 1 minute. No, you don't have to be very precise. You can count like 60 in your heart. Probably, actually, the fixation has already been done, like 15 seconds or even 20 seconds. But, there's no problem. You do it for a longer time. But if it is short, too short, you have problem. That's why we usually do it for 1 minute, just to make sure. Okay? And after that, you already 1 minute. Okay, immediately do this. Put this like this. And look at this. The way I put, this is also important. Direction. I put the sample like this onto dry ice. So it means that muscle itself directly touches the dry ice. This is safer, right? Of course, probably even in this way, probably it will be okay, but this is safer. We have to take the safest method, right? And also, something beginners often do is, of course, after doing this, you want to make sure that this is really well fixed, right? So some people do this. Is it okay? While you are doing this, this will be partially melted, right? So you have to immediately put it. Then if you are worried about it, you can observe it like this onto the coke, right? Onto the dryers, you can make sure about it. It's okay. This is safe, but this is very dangerous, right? You should never do this. Okay, so this is the method we highly recommend, we strongly recommend, not just us, but everybody, in this field, strongly recommend this method. But sometimes, this type of liquid nitrogen may not be available in a rural hospital or something. So in that case, okay, we use acetone and dry ice. Dry ice is usually available everywhere. Yeah. If you go to ice cream shop, you can buy it actually. And acetone is also relatively easily available. And if you have pathology department, most likely they have it, right? So it's easier. Okay, I will show you. So in this case, okay, we pour acetone like this. Okay. Then maybe I should put this one next to it. There we go. Okay. We will put the dry ice little by little. So the bubble will come out, right? Again, the same story. When bubble or smoke is coming out, it means that the temperature is still going down. Okay? We will add little by little, then it will come out, right? So that's why I didn't pour the acetone to the top, right? If you put it on the top, of course, it will come out. Oh, sorry, yeah. Yeah, but it has to be, yeah. Huh? Like this, so everybody can see it. So now less bubble are coming out, right? So until the bubble stops coming out, you have to add. When bubbles stop coming, it means it reached minus 79. Okay, the same. Okay, now you don't see a little bit small, only a little bit, right? So this is, I think, okay already. No more big bubble, right? Then the same story. So now you have to fix this one, but you have to make sure at the last moment you have to make sure that this is really stand perpendicularly. Okay? Then again you have to pinch the bottom. Okay? Don't pinch the muscle itself. Okay, maybe you don't have to do this, but just in case, sometimes human muscles are very, very soft. Maybe partly because your gauze are a little bit too wet. And sometimes your muscle is really soft. And you can't stand like this, right? In that case, of course, this is very strong, so you don't have to do this. But if it is very, very soft, one way it's like this. Then with gravity, it will make it straight. But in this case, you have to be a little bit careful. If you pinch like this, and if you put it onto the bottom, right? It may touch the bottom and the sample will bend, right? So when you want to do this, you better do this like this. This is safer, right? Yeah. But in this case, you don't have to do it because the sample is very solid. Okay? Now, no more, only small bubble, so I think it's ready. Okay? I'll do it like this. Same. Okay? Shake it. Like 60 seconds. Okay. So I think it's ready. And still this is wet, right? Wet with acetone. And this is already almost dried, but this was wet with isopentane. I think you better wait for a few minutes until the isopentane will be gone. Maybe isopentane is okay, even if it's a little bit wet. But some people say that acetone might affect your staining if there is a little bit acetone left. So I think for acetone, you better wait a little bit longer, maybe 5 minutes like this. And even for 5 minutes, if it is onto the dry ice like this, it's safe. Your samples are safe. Okay? And after maybe a few minutes, now you have to put your sample into this one. But you shouldn't do this directly now. Actually, I should have done this beforehand. This has to be cooled, right? Otherwise, your sample will be melted, right? So once you freeze the sample, it should not be melted, right? You have to be really careful about it, right? So this has to be cooled down. Then now you can put the sample into the vial, okay? So I think that's all. But do you have any questions? No questions? Perfectly understood? Okay. Right. All right. So then let's do it by yourself. Okay? So there are 3 groups, 2 groups, 4 groups. So 3 each. Yes, 4 groups.
And the pink one is for first dose, right?
So there are 4 stations, right? So 4 stations, so 2 benches, right? So those 4 stations, okay. So first, use your kit. They have to use their own kit, right?
Yes, they are kids.
Oh yeah, this one.
The pink one.
Yeah, not souvenir, this one. So take 1 pink basket for each. Take one of these. You see it on the shelf. Take 1. Yeah, for each. Yeah, you can use this one and 1 each. No. You can do. Everybody has it, so you can do experiments by yourself. Okay. Take 1 basket for each. You can have it. You can have it. You can have 1. Yeah, you can use 1. Yes, this one and this one. Yes. Then write down your name onto the piece of cork. Your name or initial or something. So everybody has basket. Okay. So first, write down your name onto the cork. Yes. Yeah, you have pen? Yes. Write down your name onto the cork. Yes. I think we will skip the EM part, right? Yeah. Ah, I see. Okay. If you want to try, you can make the EM sample. You can cut the EM sample. Then make the tragacanth, gum tragacanth. Mix it with water. Onto the plastic plate. You are very good.
Scary.
You should move. You are preparing. Okay. All right. You know, the surface of the isopentane is here, right? And the surface of the liquid nitrogen is here. It means that only this part is cool, right? And maybe this, yeah. So it should be lower. Yes. Like this. Yeah. Yeah.
Too much crystal?
Too much?
No.
It's okay.
I don't see much crystal actually. It looks white, but yeah. Okay, now I see it. Yes, it's okay. No problem. Yes. Yes, this is
เอาลงได้เลย
ได้แล้วครับ
เ
I already started fixing. You're fixing the muscle or
Yeah.
just preparing? Already fixing the muscle. You have muscle. Okay, then you have to prepare this next year. Yes, yes, good, very good.
And how long?
1 minute, 60 seconds. Yeah, you don't have to be precise. You can just count in your heart. Yeah. 59, 61, whatever is okay. It doesn't matter. Yeah, you need dry ice, yes. I'm sorry. Maybe you need to use this one too. Sorry, you have to share this one. Yes, maybe you have to put it like this. Yes, and put like this. Yes. It has to be quick, very quick. Yes. Yeah, yes. Hmm?
You asked about the name of the restaurant.
No, I just wanted to
Nice.
record it. I wonder if this is the right phone number.
Yes.
Too short, right? We need something.
02.
02.
Yes, 02 is house.
Okay.
But this one is closed, right? BB. The one you see.
No, it's not closed. They were more expensive one.
The one behind.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Yes. But this one, 081, so this is mobile number.
Yes. Only 02 is house number. Even it's mobile, they have variety.
Good. What?
She told me that he asked something. She
Oh,
can ask something. I said, she knows that.
no. Very good.
Staining his feet.
ต้องไปเลือกบริษัทที่มันจะต้องมีตัวแทนมา
มันไปใช้ระบบอีดิท
Usually the clinician send muscle biopsy to me. They wrap in aluminum foil.
Right.
Not on the gauze.
Right.
Because actually, I'm scared that the gauze is too soaked with saline.
So is it an unfixed one or a frozen one?
Unfixed one.
Unfixed one, okay.
Unfixed one.
Right.
They wrap in aluminum foil, and then they put in the container.
Right.
And they transport with using gel ice.
Right.
So
But gel ice is not good because it's going to be frozen, right? Ice is 0 degree,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So if it is with the like gel ice, if the muscle is touched to the ice, it will be partially frozen. This is not good at all. It shouldn't be frozen.
No, the one they put in the aluminum foil.
Right.
They put in a container.
Container, okay,
And
right.
the vial, and then in the box, then they put gel ice.
Right. If it doesn't touch
doesn't
the
touch.
ice directly, maybe okay. Yeah, but it's very dangerous actually.
Yeah.
We usually when we tell the physician to send us sample, well, actually we teach them how to fix the sample. Yes, so they send us frozen muscle. Yeah, but if it is fresh one, well, it's a bit tricky. Yes, gel ice is okay, but it should never be touched to the dry ice. Yes.
Because they travel, sometimes they travel.
Yeah, I know Malaysia is
plane,
Malaysia is
from
far.
The East Malaysia,
Yeah.
especially from the East Malaysia, it takes about 4 hours.
Right.
Traveling time.
Actually, 4 hours is okay even if it's fresh. Yes, but yeah. But
Usually, how long do you accept to?
actually, we don't know exactly. Yeah, we say 6 hours. Yeah, but maybe longer actually.
Yeah, I told them not more than 6 hours.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
told them.
But that we just say it, for safety, like 6 hours. But actually, maybe even 12 hours may be okay. But some protein may be already degraded. We are not so sure.
So it is advisable to use gauze and saline rather than just.
Yeah, it's also dangerous. You have to really make sure that they really squeeze
that's it,
tight.
really squeeze.
Yes, and then you should put it into the like a vial or container with airtight vial. Yes, right.
Usually they use the
Tube, right?
not really the tube, the urine container. That
Right.
Is sent. It's great.
Right.
It's airtight.
Yeah, yes, that is okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I'm scared. Sometimes I receive, they put it on gauze, but it is wet.
Yeah, right.
So then you can see all the artifacts.
Yeah. If it is too wet, of course you will see ice crystal. Yeah. I have never been to your hospital, right? I have been there once. No, right? Okay, maybe next time.
We say you didn't go to UM yet.
No. Not every year anymore. I used to visit them every year. Because they are already, okay. I don't have to. They don't need any more help, I guess. And also, they wanted to invite Dr. Nonaka as well, but Dr. Nonaka is a little bit sick now.
I see.
Yes, yeah. He's already old, 81. Oh, 81.
Oh, 81.
Yes.
Yeah, when I was there, he just about to retire.
Yeah, right. And he was okay until relatively recently, like 2-3 years ago. But now he walks very slowly, and when he makes a speech, like lecture, sometimes he stops talking and for 1 minute, and all of a sudden, and maybe he's searching for some word, but 1 minute, please. Yeah.
But problem is, I mean, we
come down.
already retired.
Oh, really?
He's retired already,
Really?
but he was re-employed.
I see.
Re-employed, but
Right.
it's yearly by yearly.
Right.
Yeah. They have to
Yeah.
renew. She had to renew the.
Until when?
Usually they allow up to 4 times.
Really?
It depends
Okay.
on the
Okay.
institution.
Then after that, I will take care of it.
So we will divide into two stations. All of you will learn.
เอ็น ADS ก่อนนะครับ NADS เพราะมันอินคูเบต30 นาที
We will start with NADH staging first because it takes more.
So no demonstration?
ได้เลยครับ
No demonstration. Just she will demonstrate it. Okay.
เราสามารถเก็บกลับบ้านได้นะครับเป็นอันนี้ใส่สไลด์ ใส่ไซเลนเดอร์เคสไซเลนเดอร์เคสไซเลนเดอร์20ใช่ไหมครับเพิ่ม40ส่วนใหญ่
one slide. So if you do for like one slide or one case, and you can this formula. But if you have more cases, more each. So here she will prepare 20 ml, 20 ml of DES. So it's 4 times of this formula. But we have to make it.
Very different location. But this is the right location. This GPS is wrong.
50อ๋อเต็ม50
ใช่ครับ
so this time you have 10 pounds of this
แบ่งเส้นสั้นเริ่มแบ่งไปที่ข้างเป็นเส้นจาน
เป็นจ่าย
ใช่ครับข้างหน้าคู่แล้วก็เป็นขวดใส่ในจาน
ถ้าทำแผ่นเดียว
ก็คือได้แค่ใช่ครับสำหรับไอ้
ก็ใส่ในจาน
ใส่ในจานเล็กของเราคนที่มีจานสองเดี๋ยวมาใส่เพิ่ม
so if you need have one slide you have this formula that you for mixture if you use this kind of jar you need 25 ml of so it depends on how many slides you have ไปอ่ะ
ใช่ครับใช่
Yeah, that when we cut it, we cut the section. What we put it at the when we in the you don't need many ingredients, so you save many.
สไลด์เลยเลย
มันไม่เท่ากัน Okay, so maybe that ADS. So everyone take the NCNP-STR slide. No. มันมีข้อค่ะมีข้อจะหันไปมันเป็นไปค่ะ That's okay. But the rest of it, if you want to write your name on the slide, feel free to do it. And after slide, we're gonna incubate for 30 minutes. Is everybody here? Yeah. So everyone.
So if we have time and we want to see the section that you mix by yourself, you can cut your X muscle and say if you want. But this is just
So in one slide, I'm gonna incubate for 30 minutes. So HMG งั้นเราก็แบ่งเป็น2กลุ่มได้ So this is a small jar that I'm talking about. So if you have one case, you want this jar. So I want to invite you to one for MGT and one for we incubate in incubator and additional 30 minutes. Okay. And then gonna move to MGT and HD. Can we divide it into two? Can I like Thai and non-Thai so it's easier for my technician to speak Thai? They want to speak Thai. Okay. So who want to start with HD? So you are English speaking.
Yes
ไหนก็ได้ค่ะงั้นก็ฝั่งที่เหลือเป็น MGT ดีไหมคะสลับเช่ามาไปไหนแล้ววะ
ครับจะ
เช่ามาฉันทำไม่เป็นไงนะ
เราทำ FPT ป่ะ
ใช่ค่ะ
อ๋อ
SCP ก็ตามโปรโตคอลนี้
This is a pre-mix okay and อัพหนึ่งว่า so we put เดี๋ยวแป๊บนึงนะ so this is the reagents so he already prepared for you so if you want to know what reagent you can take photograph for your later so after we cut it we ทำยัง he rinse in water มันคือ he already did that okay so we're gonna start with the number 3 we stain with the hematoxylin reagent for 3 minutes
เป็นการเอา
น้ำแล้วคน
น้ำอยู่ที่อ่างเราต้องยกไปที่อ่าง
จัดเตรียมไปง่ายๆมาชนะ
ชาทำเราจะขาดส่วนสกีของ เราเป็นคนไทย
Yes. So there are many postdocs in maternity lab, and sometimes they will go to the other hospital just to perform muscle biopsy. And they fix the muscle on site. So they have to be with nitrogen and all the steps for the fixation and then bring back from the start and then by themselves. Here we are. Surgeon. Well, it depends on the relationship between the urologist and the surgeon. So sometimes pediatric for orthopedists to perform the biopsy. But I think asking the surgeon may be safer if you have good relationship because they are really precise and you have team if there is any problem with the biopsy procedure. Because in the pediatric patients, sometimes you need anesthesia and then may cause some problem. Yes, in the pediatric patient, you need anesthesia for them. Otherwise, they have like post-traumatic surgery or something. You don't want them to be suffering after the surgery. Adult is okay. But here we admit the pediatric patient for biopsy to observe. Actually, we had problems with the pediatric surgeons at first because they said, oh, muscle biopsy doesn't change anything much for the management. That's why our pediatric neurologist did some research to see if the diagnostic from muscle biopsy changed any management, and if she found some specific change, she convinced the surgeon.
So you will have to gradually remove water, gradually, and after this you will reach 100% alcohol. Then after that, alcohol will be replaced by xylane.
So we have between 95% alcohol to xylane. Five absolute alcohol and four saline. So each jar 10 mix. It is and then
by Canada Muscle.
so this is the last one. So you put it in xylene and then you take it out. Là ngày nào take ใช่ไหม So what back allow slide เดี๋ยวนะเดี๋ยวไม่ได้ put the mounting medium and then put all over เดี๋ยวเช่ามาทางนี้ดีกว่าค่ะแล้วก็เดี๋ยวเช่าเอาเหมือนกัน so let him demonstrate one more step by step slowly please okay so gonna like this out okay ไปทางผู้ทำ and put medium next to muscle just one squeeze just one and then mouth tryนะ you wanna try or who wanna try So you yeah you will trick so quick go down
ไม่ถนัด
ไม่ได้แหละครั้งแรกในชีวิตออกทุกวัน no it's like this from the edge so you don't want to have air in your slide so when yeah let me show you okay so when you put your mouth you like this put the cover slip on the edge and then like get the air out
You can try.
so the liquid
Absorbs.
Yeah, absorb. Go down to gauze. Okay, and then rise it out. And a little bit on the side, but don't whip out the muscles. Okay. Okay. I think, yeah, good enough. Yeah. Sure. Just one. Yeah, better. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Okay. You want to try mouse? You want to try? Or
From which hospital are you? So are you working with That's why. Yeah, only a few neurologists who are interested in fail. Ali from Bangalore. From Mumbai, and Benny. Yeah, that's what.
May, late May, yes. Just recently. Okay.
Population size of you should have more neurologists for
yes.
No,
Yes.
yes, that's the main of gradually with a couple. She said that she breathes about 3,000 So surprising, considering the size of the population. The population size is 10 times about 3,100. Good. That makes our lives. But if you just read couple. Yes.